What is going on, guys? This is the SS Ultimate Goku back with another video. Oh boy, here we go again. When is it gonna end? So, the NFL just passed, or technically yesterday, they passed a new rule for a 1-year trial run for this new kickoff rule that they basically stole from the XFL. I'm going to call it like I see it. Some people like this rule, some people don't. Its rule is fucking stupid. It's a fucking stupid rule. That's my take on it. It is a dumb rule. It's gimmicky. It's just. It's not something that I want to see in the NFL. I don't think this is a good rule. I think this is a monumental mistake by the NFL. If you wanna get rid of touchbacks in the game, how about you come up with something to modify the current kickoff setup that you guys already have, instead of trying to take something from the XFL, which hasn't even been fully developed in their league yet. Okay, they've only been around for 1 year. One full season. I mean, there was the season they came back in 2020, but obviously, as we know, the COVID shut that down. You're taking something from a league that might not even be around in 3 years from now. Okay, you know, they merged with the rip-off USFL league, which has no relations to the actual USFL league from the 80s. But they basically ripped off the teams and ripped off the league name for nostalgia purposes. That league merged with the XFL because they both know that their leagues are probably going to die in 2 years from now if they don't merge together there. Um, you know, I mean, I call it like I see it. I mean, like The Rock, I like that he's keeping people having a chance to have another chance at the NFL by doing the XFL. But I mean, let's face it, every league in the past 20 years, every minor league in the past 20, 30 years has failed. Okay? They lucky to get around 2 years. Okay? So the fact that the NFL is taking a rule from a league that might not even be around in another year, I think is quite stupid. Um, you know what I mean there? Um, the rule sounds stupid. The rule's stupid in my opinion. The way it works, I guess apparently the way from what I'm looking at, it seems like, and from what I've read, it seems like the way it works is that when you do when the kicker is by himself, he kicks it off. The returner, there might be one or two returners, and if the returner catches the ball, that's when the defenders and the offense, or I guess the receiving players and the kickoff players, that's when they can start charging at each other. But they're only about 10 5 yards apart from each other or whatever. So if people don't think there isn't going to be collisions from that they're fucking mistaking, because they're literally going to collide against each other the moment the returner catches the ball. Right. I think they said if it goes into the end zone or whatever, that then it would go to it would go back to the 2025 or something like that, right? Um, okay, so a player has to be in the 15-yard zone. And that's where he'd be for like a return. But that's where they would catch it, though. All right, that's where they would catch it if they don't kick it out of bounds. If they kick it out of bounds, they still get it at the 40. It's a legal procedure, but if it kicks into the end zone, I think they get it. They get it at the 25 now. They're moving that back or something like that. But then the most important thing that I hate about this rule change is that they basically have eliminated the onside kick. And before people say, oh, well, no, you could still do the onside kick in the fourth quarter, what good is it? Because nobody can do a surprise onside anymore. And for all the people that are saying, oh, you got to go with the change, like, motherfucker, a surprise onside kick is very important in the game because it can change the complexion of the game, and you are taking that away from somebody. Okay, Sean Payton in the Super Bowl. Okay, if he doesn't do that surprise onside kick coming out of halftime, the Saints most likely don't come back and win that Super Bowl. Okay, that changed the momentum of that game against the Colts. Okay, in the Super Bowl. Okay. And you're basically taking that away because if you do an onside kick in the fourth quarter, they go back to the regular format. So the old school return format then returns for the onside kick, okay, in the fourth quarter. But you eliminate the option of being able to do it throughout the game, which I think is bullshit in itself. You should be allowed to do the onside kick at any point in the game. And I know the onside kick average has gone down in the past couple of years, but that's not because of the players. That's because of the stupid NFL. The NFL made it so the onside kick was harder to recover the kick because of the safety measures that they put on there. If they would have adjusted that so you could give some of the people more freedom. I had proposed some things for the onside kick, whether it be like 5 yards, being able to recover it within 5 yards. If you were able to do that, the onside kick might be easier to recover. Or maybe at the very least, maybe like 6 or 7. Stretch it out a little bit, you know what I'm saying, instead of a 10-yard radius, because, the ball has to sail 10 yards for you to recover the onside kick unless the receiving team touches it. Then you can recover it under 10 yards, okay? I proposed a 5-yard rule. Make it a little easier to recover the onside kick. You know what I'm saying? Make it a little easier, That way, when people are going for the ball, you have the safety issues, but now it's easier to recover it. And before people say, oh, well, now you're limiting the return people. How are we limiting the return people? They already have better benefits because of the onside aspect. Because of the onside aspect and the health issues being restrictive now, they already are at a better advantage than somebody on the onside kick team. So if you made it where you moved it 5 yards so they can kick it, and if it goes 5 yards, then you recover it, then you get the onside kick, it would make it easier for people to recover it. I really feel that the NFL should have really tried to adjust the kickoff rules that they currently have. Okay? Not this gimmicky bullshit that they're trying to do that they stole from the XFL, which hasn't even been fully developed yet. Okay? Anyways, what's it called? So the 3 teams that actually voted against this rule were my Green Bay Packers. It's a big up. City of Green Bay knows where it is. The Las Vegas Raiders and the San Francisco 49ers. Those were the three teams that voted against this bullshit. So apparently there are 28 other owners that really don't know what they're fucking talking about right now. Giving in to this gimmick shit that, like, hasn't even been developed. I don't want to hear this crap that, oh, well, you know, look what it's doing in the XFL. It will definitely work in the NFL. Just because it works in the XFL doesn't mean it's going to translate to the NFL. The NFL is the big leagues. The NFL has rules that, you know, are much different than the XFL. The XFL has a lot of weird type rules that just wouldn't work in the NFL. So the fact that you would take an XFL rule and you would bring it in to the NFL where you got certain rules that you can't do that you can do in the XFL, it just doesn't fit. You know what I mean? I really feel like the NFL really should have just adjusted their own kickoff rules to make it so that you're not getting so many goddamn touchbacks in a game. Okay? That's what they should be doing. They should be trying to do their own thing, not doing what the XFL is doing. Who cares of what the XFL is doing? From the NFL's mindset, the XFL is probably going to be around for another 2-3 years at the most. Okay? That's what they're thinking. Okay? The XFL is just a gimmick to them. Okay? So why are you taking from a league that's going to be gone in a couple years, most likely? Okay? Just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. This rule is just shit. It's stupid. It takes away the surprise onside. Which again, I said 5 yards from touching. You move it up 5 yards, just like how you move all these stupid touchback yardages away. You move all this other shit. You might as well just move the kickoff, the kickoff onside 5 yard rule. That would freaking bring it up. That would bring up the kickoff. I mean, if you want, I personally think it would just be better if you're going to do that. I think it would just personally be better if they just did the standard kickoff rule format and you just have it where nobody moves until the returner gets the ball. If you're going to do this stupid shit, you might as well just do the normal kickoff format and just have nobody move other than the kicker, who's kicking the ball. Obviously, he has to move to kick the ball off, but you don't have anybody move from the kickoff or the return team after the kick has been kicked and until it goes to a returner. And you can move the yardage back or forward or whatever to make it so it doesn't go into the end zone. You know, a lot of different things they could have just done from the regular format of the kickoff, altering that to make it so not enough fair catches happen in the game. That's just what they had to do. Instead of going for this whole stupid gimmick shit that they want to put out now. So that's my little rant on this. I hate the rule. For anybody who wants to know my take on the new rule, I hate it. I hate the other rule that they passed as well, the hip rule, the hip tackle rule. You know, that's another rule I hate. I mean, I probably could have made a separate video on that, but this, to me, seemed the worst of the two. So I'll just talk briefly about the hip tackle as well. Why? Why is it that every time that somebody gets injured that's a star player, that they have to somehow make a new rule for that? God damn, if that was the case in the 80s, Joe Montana might have 7 Super Bowls with Brady right now. The way they cater to all these star players, most of the time it's the quarterbacks, but in this case it was because the Andrews tight end from the Ravens got injured. and was out for the season because he got injured because of a hip tackle. Like, what kind of bullshit is this? It's football. You know what you signed up for. It wasn't a dirty play. It was a normal tackle. He just happened to have him on the hip. I mean, it's the NFL, guys. Quit being soft. It's the NFL. Okay? Tough it up. Injuries happen. It's a part of the game. Where are these safeties supposed to hit now? This is why there are no all-pro safeties anymore. Because nobody gives a shit anymore. You know what I mean? Every time we have to have like a new rule change because of things that happen when, God forbid, if it's just a regular person, a backup, or a undrafted person that you never heard of before and gets injured because of that, that doesn't matter. But when it's a star player, then now we give a shit. You know what I mean? It's just kind of dumb. So, yeah, the NFL has gotten a bunch of L's in my take from this kickoff rule and this new hip band tackle or whatever. That's my take. Comment, rate if you like this video, my videos. Please subscribe. Hit the notification bell for his contents. Thank you. And that's about it. I am the Ultimate Goku. I'm out of here. Peace! Also, make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel, obviously. Follow the Twitch, the Ultimate Goku. Instagram, the Ultimate Goku. And also, I do have a Discord link in the description where we do talk about a lot of fictional various discussions. So, yeah. Let's go. I'm out. Peace.